What were the first words that the risen Christ spoke on the first Easter day? Well, before you rush to think what the answer is, actually it's different in each of the four Gospels. In Mark's Gospel, Jesus doesn't actually say anything. In Luke's Gospel, Jesus doesn't speak until the evening of the first day. In John's Gospel, our reading set for this morning, Jesus' first words are not what you would expect. I mean, if it had been me, if he'd excused such a thought, I might have said, I've risen from the dead. I've cast down Satan underfoot. I've opened the gate of glory. I've forgiven the sins of the world. You might expect, some perhaps uncharacteristic triumphalism from Jesus on such an occasion. It is, after all, the first Easter day. But no, that's not what Jesus says. His first words to Mary Magdalene in the garden and the dawning daylight of the first Easter day, he says to her, why are you weeping? And then he says to her, who are you looking for? At the moment, she still hasn't recognized him. She doesn't know who he is. But Jesus reaches out to her. And he reaches out to her with these two questions, which I guess, well, they're the most important questions in the whole world. We all carry burdens of sorrow, particularly after this most difficult and testing of years. And Jesus also asks us not just why are we weeping, reaching out to our sorrow and our sadness, coming alongside us. He says, who are you looking for? What are you really looking for in life? Who are you going to follow? How are you going to set the compass of your life? Mary turns. She still hasn't recognized him. She thinks he's the gardener. Actually, he is the gardener. He's the new Adam coming to tend a new creation. And what Mary is looking at is the first piece, the foundation stone of that new creation. The stone which the builders rejected, now the cornerstone of this whole new heaven, new earth, new creation. And then, this is the bit probably we remember, then he says her name. And when he says her name, her eyes are opened. She recognizes him. What is my message to you on this Easter day as our world emerges from the horrors and sorrows of COVID? It is that Christ is risen and that Jesus comes to us to reach out to our sorrows. He comes and invites us to reset the compass of our lives, following him and building a new and better world. And the great good news of the Christian faith, he knows us by name. Finally, at that point in the story, Mary grabs hold of him. She holds him. Still not allowed to do that ourselves at the moment. How we long to be able to hold each other. And Jesus says to her, Mary, do not cling to me. I'm ascending to my Father and your Father, my God and your God. This is perhaps a hard thing for us to hear. But the way I look at it is this. There's always more. Jesus is always wanting to give us more, offer us more, take us to new places, show us new things. Such is the way of the resurrection. And as soon as you think you've got it worked out, the Holy Spirit dances on ahead to show us something else. So, sisters and brothers, have a glorious and have a very surprising Easter.